Commander here. Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video, yes, we're finally going to be doing a reveal, a breakdown on the new upcoming Monster High SKULLECTOR Beetlejuice 2-pack of the Magician's Assistant and Miss Argentina. Not only that, we shall also be talking prices, release date, and also the evolution of SKULLECTOR Beetlejuice 2-packs, and, well, like, what other IPs would you like to see Monster High collaborate with? So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to support a channel that way. Of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more doll content coming your way. For instance, the Toy Fair in New York has happened, and I will be covering in my own video very soon, so stay tuned for that video. But for now, let's get into it. Yes, so that's right, the new Beetlejuice 2-pack has now been officially revealed, including the kind of minor characters from the first movie, Miss Argentina, who does have a speaking role, and then the Magician's Assistant, who I don't think has a speaking role in the first movie. I think she just appears and she is in the scene, but she doesn't really, you know. So it's interesting, definitely, how they chose these two characters for this latest 2-pack in the Beetlejuice collection so far from SKULLECTOR. Now, this 2-pack will be releasing on the 19th of February for members only on Mattel Creations, and then on the 20th will be available to the general public. So yes, the pricing, get ready, the pricing is $100 US, and I'm actually not sure when it will be shipped out to people. I'm hoping that this will not be another kind of Fang Vote Abby situation where they're going to take until December to ship this 2-pack out. I don't think so, because this doesn't seem to be pre-order, made-to-order situation. This is like a done deal, like they have it ready to go. So hopefully, you know, this 2-pack should be arriving, you know, in the next month or so for people when we do order them. But this is exciting. I'm not sure why. I still have not seen the first movie, or the second one for that matter. But for some reason, even back when we first got the shoe leaks and the body sculpt leaks, I was just excited for this 2-pack. And now, having seen the full reveal, well, I have some thoughts. But firstly, let's go over the packaging, shall we? So the packaging is a similar kind of design like previous releases, but it is different because it's a bit thicker, as, you know, one of the characters does include a brand new unique, specially molded for her piece, a new couch piece, right? So that's very exciting. That's why it looks a bit thicker, because of that. But also there's no like half and half opening down the middle. I believe the sleeve just comes off as one. So that's interesting. I'm not sure where we've seen that before. Perhaps Annabelle, but her box was definitely not as wide, was definitely more just like taller. So because I don't see like a slit down the middle, so it doesn't open up down the center. It seems to just come off way, you know, from the top. So interesting. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the packaging actually kind of opens when people start getting them. But overall, I think the stock photos that they chose for the design here, all around the box, is pretty good. There's a description as well, which we'll see later on because I could not get a picture of it in time. But basically, it's just a little rundown of the waiting room scene in the first movie. It's really cute, but it doesn't even really tell you anything about the dolls. It's just kind of like a scene, ambient kind of descriptor. So overall, I like this packaging. I like the scene that they were able to kind of, you know, create with the two characters. I was kind of thinking that they would do something like this because, again, one of the characters is like, she's in two pieces, right? So the assistant, she's split in half. So I was curious, like, how would they do that? You know, would they just have like the bottom piece, like, you know, like that attached to the back of the box? Like, because I obviously I was not sure that they would include a new couch piece for her. I just thought that, okay, they're just gonna have the body like kind of like attached to the back drop of the packaging, you know, like, but no, there's a couch, so that definitely makes it more you know, like more dimensional, like the scene. So yeah, very interesting how they were able to kind of pull this off. Okay, now let's go over each character individually. So starting off here, we have the assistant. I'm just gonna keep calling her assistant, not Magician's Assistant, because I feel like that's gonna be too many S's for me to pronounce every single time without stuttering or like, you know, struggling to speak, as I often do. But the assistant here, she has a unique couch mold that is included for her, which does have an attached waist clip on one side of the couch couch to kind of like help her stay seated, which is really nice. The bottom half of her just kind of like, I guess, is supposed to sit there, which I think this is my first complaint. The couch is not high enough. It's a bit low. You can tell because the angle at which she is seated in these pictures and all of them is always at an angle. Like it's not perfect like 90 degrees. It's like always like slightly off, you know, like 60 degrees. So that tells you that the couch is not high enough. So I wish that the couch could have been a bit higher so the legs could have like properly, sat down again, like 90 degrees. Because again, that's just looks better. It's a bit too low here in this execution, but still, we got a new couch piece for this character, which is exciting. I am just hoping, fingers crossed, that the couch is not hollow. I mean, it probably is, like realistically speaking, it probably is a hollow piece on the back. You know, it's not gonna be like heavy, but at least I'd hope that it would not be hollow, but it could still be like light, because it's obviously it's not gonna be like heavy. It's not gonna be, you know, like full. It's not gonna be like a right. It's hollow, but and on the back, I mean, I hope it would not be hollow because it looks so bad, right? When you see, furniture pieces by Mattel, Barbie, Monster High, when they are hollow on the back and you see like empty space, like that looks bad. So I'm just hoping that even if it is like not filled, like the piece itself, hopefully it can still be like fully rounded, 360 degrees, right? Like hopefully it's still like molded all the way around, even though it would like the piece itself would be hollow perhaps. But anyway, I'm just saying because you're paying $100, you know, and I just hope that it looks good from all angles. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, at first I thought that they literally just like, exchanged the normal doll stand for this couch piece for her, but on the description on Mattel Creations, they do mention that they have multiple, like stands, like they say plural stands. So that to me, I understand that they do still have both stands for both dolls, even though the couch kind of works as a stand as well for the doll. So that's good because I was gonna say if she did not include a stand, that would be another thing that would be kind of bad, because again, you're paying so much and they cannot even include an extra stand for you, for her to stand up, because you are able to assemble the doll. This is, even though she's split in two, the main feature with her is that you're able to put her back together. How? They do not show that, unfortunately, but I'm assuming it's similar. It's a similar mechanism to Corazon Marikit, so we'll have to wait and see how that actually functions when people get her. But you are able to I was gonna cough. You are able to put her back together. It's just we don't know exactly how that kind of looks for now. So again, if you do put her together, you can then stand her up with the normal doll stand, which I do think is a good thing, because again, you're paying so much money, you will want to have options, right? So the actual outfit itself is pretty simple. It's like just shorts and then the top, but I do like how on both pieces there's like a little bit of fringe, right? That's a nice touch. And then we have like a little collar piece, which is really cute. She does have a tights on fishnets, which is a nice thing because again, it is a simple outfit, so every piece counts. And then the shoes are, well, we'll get into the object heels later, but the shoes itself, like the main portion, are good. I like that they're translucent. I like the color. It's very matchy. And the face of this doll is gorgeous. The assistant looks really fun. I love the makeup. I like the beauty mark. The pink magenta lipstick with the like the gold shimmery top layer is gorgeous, and her top bun is probably going to be very gelled, but I guess it's what they could do. This is all they could do with the hairstyle. So all in all, I do think she's really pretty. And it's interesting because I have put a poll on my story on Instagram, and it seems like most people actually prefer this doll over the next one, who is Miss Argentina, of course. Now it's ironic because, Miss Argentina actually has a small speaking role in the first movie. Again, the magician's assistant does not even have a line in the first movie, as again, I believe. I have not seen the movie, but from what I understand, she's just in the scene. So interesting, but I actually think I might prefer Miss Argentina here over, well, actually, I think the feature with the split half body is just really cool for the assistant, so I think that's why people like her more. And she's also much more subdued. And then Miss Argentina here, she does not have a feature gimmick, like that. So she has more layers, therefore, on her outfit. She has a cape on, she has this neck piece, she has this like dress on, the fishnets. Her shoes are once again suffering from the object heels, which we will get into in a second. But the base mold of the shoe is nice. The color is nice. Just again, the heels. The face is gorgeous. Like, I love the face screening. She has like this really soft pink makeup on, and I did not mention this before, but on both of these dolls, it's very subtle, very subtle. But I'm pretty sure they do have a little bit of a sparkle embedded into the body sculpt of these two dolls. It's, again, not a lot. It's not like Abby Abominable volumes of sparkle, but it's a hint. It's a little shimmer on the body sculpt. So I love that touch because it does make them feel more, you know, like ghostly, you know? So that's really fun. The skin tone is very vibrant for both of these, and I do like the hair, even though it's, again, probably going to be gelled, but it is accurate. So I think overall, Miss Argentina looks amazing. For me, I really hope that the outfit pieces are separate. Like, I hope the cape is a separate piece. I'm praying that the cape is not sewn on to the actual dress, because if it is sewn onto the dress, that would just make it much more less versatile. And because, like, for me, I was thinking perhaps I could put the cape on the assistant, you know? I feel like it would work on her, but I obviously can't do that if the cape is like literally sewn onto the dress. So I'm just hoping that it's able to be removed somehow. The neck piece obviously is removable because it's plastic, and then the dress here, I wonder if like the orange ruffle on the front, if that is separate. Probably not, like probably not, but like it could be separate, and I just feel like if it was separate, that would be so fun as well. Again, just more, you know, adding more customizability to these to this doll. The fishnets, again, very simple but nice detail. And forgot to mention as well, but both these dolls having painted nails is just such a cool, fun detail. Like, I love that because it's interesting, not a lot of SKULLECTOR dolls have painted nails. You know, if you really look, I don't think any of them have painted nails. So I think the fact that these two have painted nails is just, again, a small detail, but it really goes a long way. And now let's talk about the elephant in the room, which are the object heels. Now here on this picture, you can actually see the evolution of the heels themselves from the Beetlejuice 2-packs specifically. So from top to bottom, we have the first 2-pack, the second 2-pack, and now the latest 2-pack. You can definitely see an evolution of, well, the object heels looking much more out of place, and the colors also being just much more out of place. Like, it is just astounding. You can see it's like night and day. The object heels on the first Beetlejuice 2-pack dolls, they were references and they were unique objects as heels, but they were not that out of place. You know, they kind of blended into the shoe, which is nice. The second 2-pack object heels were a bit more, you know, abstract, a bit more, you know, shapely, but they still kind of blended in well enough. Now, the latest 2-pack heels are, like I mentioned, pretty bad. The colors, especially on Miss Argentina, the blue shark against this like vibrant orange for her heels, that is really, really striking. The contrast, you know, you can clearly see the blue. And then the beige, like brown head, again, I'm sure these are references from the movie, but like, that doesn't excuse them looking out of place. They look out of place. Ironically, I feel like the assistant has better object heels here because at least none of them are like blue or brown. You know, like the saw is mostly also like that translucent color, like the shoe, but there's just a little bit of silver painted, you know. So that's okay, it's not as bad, although I can just tell already that the saw will bend over time because it's a very delicate piece. But then the top hat in black is definitely a bit more, you know, in your face. So overall, I think as far as object heels goes, this is pretty bad. Again, especially for Miss Argentina, because the blue of the shark is just so vibrant against the orange of her shoes. Like, it's such a stark contrast. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I don't know how we keep getting these heels made that are so not well integrated into the shoe. Like, it looks out of place, you know? I wonder, like, who is deciding this? Like, who is the designer, by the way, of this 2-pack? I don't know yet, but I wonder if the designer here had any say, you know, for the object heals. Like, is it the higher ups at Mattel deciding that they need to keep doing them, or like who is deciding this? Anyway, I think apart from how badly the object heels were integrated into the shoes, the actual design on the rest of the dolls is pretty solid. Like, again, these are really minor characters from the first movie. I still have not seen any of the two movies. I have to, I know I have to, but like now I really have to, because I actually like this stupid. I don't know why. Again, like, I have not seen the movie. I have no personal attachment to the characters. But for some reason, I just, visually speaking, I'm liking this a lot. The color schemes, the vibrancy of the skin tones against the colors of the outfits, like, it's just so fantastical to me. And I know that they're, you know, undead ghouls, right? Like the assistant, she's a ghost, they describe her as, and then the Miss Argentina, I guess they're both ghosts, right? So, but even so, to me, they look just so fantastical. You know, they look so vibrant, and I love, see, a big thing for me is color, you know. That's why I haven't gotten a lot of SKULLECTOR dolls in the past that were mainly wearing black. You know, obviously I do have a couple, like Edward Scissorhands, she's wearing mainly black, but most of the time I don't get them if they're mainly black, and I don't really like them, of course, as well. But here, the outfits, the colors, so vibrant. I love the colors. And so to me, this really speaks to me. I really, again, like, a big factor to me for collecting is obviously designing and like accessories and hair and the quality, but also again, color. So these dolls are sticking out so much for me with the color schemes and the matching of the designs and the face greetings and the hair, the nails being painted. The nails being painted to me is such a small detail, but I love it. I love it. So to me, that's why I love this 2-pack. I have no, again, attachment to the media or the characters, or even like the time where these outfits are from. You know, like, this is a very specific retro kind of aesthetics, and I get that, but like, I just like the look. I just love the vibrancy of the colors, and then the outfits also. And of course, the gimmick of the assistant having like the half, you know, top half, bottom half body. That's really cool. And I just got my Corazon Mariquita doll, and now I feel like I gotta get this new 2-pack as well because of the assistant and having the same feature. I want to compare them. I just love dolls with gimmicks and features like this, where it's like such a thing that you never really see. So to me, that's also another reason why I have to get this 2-pack, because like now I want to compare the assistant gimmick to Corazon's gimmick, and like which looks better, how did it work. And I also love how, you know, Corazon is very pink, very red, and the assistant, she's very blue, very magenta. So they're kind of matching, but also contrasting each other that way. So I love that as well. So anyway, I'm also thinking about like having displaying them both on the couch, because I feel like that would be so fun. Anyway, yeah, those are very personal reasons. So maybe none of this, you know, speaks to what you feel about this 2-pack, which I'm so sorry, because I have seen most people say that they do not like this 2-pack. And if they would get this 2-pack, it would only be for one doll. Again, for what I'm seeing, most people prefer the assistant over the, you know, Miss Argentina, which I totally get. Again, the assistant has the whole gimmick feature, and I think I think her outfit being a bit more simple also kind of works in the strength, you know. So, but Miss Argentina, actually, you know, she's still really stunning. I love all the layers. Again, I'm just hoping that the layers are separate, you know. And overall, I mean, is this 2-pack worth $100? That's the main question, right? Like, are they worth that much money? I think for me, yes, but it's definitely, a lot. So usually 2-packs were between, you know, 70, 80, 90. Past 2-pack releases have been, you know, differing in price points, but now this 2-pack being 100 is definitely, a new high. So I'm just hoping that they don't make them more expensive, you know, future SKULLECTOR 2-packs, because I can just feel how Mattel is getting very greedy with these price points. You know, in February alone, on Mattel Creations, we've had multiple Barbie Monster High releases that have been $100. Multiple. So that's a lot. That's a lot for any normal working person to spend. just 100 already is a lot, but then on top of that, having like all these releases being 100, it's a lot. So I hope that Mattel cools it with these over the top pricing releases, because it's a lot for a lot of people. Not everyone is rich. Most people have normal jobs and not that high of, income. So just, it's not reflective of who most of the consumer is. But anyway, it is definitely kind of funny how this is now the third SKULLECTOR Beetlejuice inspired 2-pack. The first one was obviously based on the first movie. The second 2-pack was based on the second movie, and now the third 2-pack is based on the first movie, but of different characters from the first movie. So how many more can they make? So I'm not opposed. I will be getting this 2-pack. I don't have any of the other Beetlejuice 2-packs. I don't know if I should get the 2-pack that's still available from last year, from the second movie. Maybe I'll get it because visually speaking, they're also kind of red and warm tones, and I feel like they would look really good together with this new 2-pack. But I don't feel like it's a necessity. I feel like these two girls in a new 2-pack kind of work really well just alone without Beetlejuice or Lydia. So, but now I bring it over to you. Do you like this 2-pack? Do you like any of the dolls individually? Do you like them together? Will you be buying it or passing on it? Because, by the way, I forgot to mention, but I'm pretty sure this 2-pack will not be available on Amazon. It seems this 2-pack is exclusive to Mattel Creations. So I don't think, if you're hoping that they would be available on Amazon, I don't think they will be available on Amazon. There's been no information on that happening. So it really does seem like this is going to be a Mattel Creations exclusive, unfortunately. So yes, the only way that they would be cheaper is if they would not sell out on Mattel Creations, and then they would go on sale eventually as time passes. But yeah, I'm not sure how realistic that is to happen. I'm not sure. I think the members exclusive drop will sell out in like 10 minutes. I think so. Because even though on my poll most people voted no, I think most people will still change their minds and get them in the end. That's always what ends up happening. So I'm pretty sure, even though majority voted that they would not buy them, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will get them anyway. So I would still get them if I were you on the members drop for more likelihood of success. But if you don't have the membership, then don't feel pressured to get them. I think they will still be, it should be an easy drop on the general public. Because again, these are minor characters. I don't think, it's not Beetlejuice, right? So I think they should be available and long enough, right, on the general public release and also on the members release. But I do think eventually they will sell out. So because it's still Beetlejuice and it's still also minor characters that don't get a lot of merch. So, but what do you think? Let me know down below, and I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. A link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way. No pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. Hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.